Hello, my name is Matthias Kavodic. Welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Jonathan Hickman's X-Men. In another video, we're going to work on the other two series that he did previous to this, House of 10 and Powers of 10 or something like that, where he reestablishes the whole status quo for Marvel's mutants and reestablishes their whole lore. He builds up a lot and he does a fantastic job. Even the stuff I don't like, I am totally willing to see where he's going to go with it. And I know I'm super late to the game. This came out in 2019. It takes all that time for these to come out here in Argentina. Things come out really late. So I was super stoked to see this. So X-Men #1. Obviously, this one's written by Jonathan Hickman himself. Art by Lionel Francis Yu. Francis Yu's art, it just gets better and better over the years. His details, his work is just always top notch. Here we have the X-Men going up against Orchis. This is the new big bad in Hickman era X-Men. I always qualify these type of human villains that want to take down mutants as human hate groups. That's how I always guys them. But this is like outside maybe of Zero Tolerance, the first time or the second time that I feel that they're really a threat to the X-Men, because the members of Orchis are actually all part of legitimate organizations. Most of these organizations work for the good guys. So it's like these guys are not down with mutants, even though they work for S.H.I.E.L.D. or they work for S.W.O.R.D. or Alpha Flight. It's really weird to see, and obviously Hydra and AIM are also thrown into the mix of members of Orchis. But it's really weird to see an organization that was created by Hickman, Leviathan, is not present in Orchis. Thing is, they're trying to how they deal with the mutant threat. They want to take them down. They want to wipe them off the map. So here we have the X-Men invading a Orchis base, trying to rescue captured mutants. And one thing I really have to say, like, Hickman got me back on board reading X-Men. Like after 2015, and even prior to that, like I wasn't really liking what was happening with the X-Men. Like for a real long time, I stopped reading or dip in and out, but like I wasn't really interested. Hickman brought me back, and us with these really interesting characters and a really interesting direction. So here they're able to rescue the young mutants. They go back to Krakoa. I wanted to say Krakatoa. That's the real island, which is obviously the mutant sanctuary, the mutant homeland, the mutant country. There's a whole geopolitical thing about this era that I find fascinating. They come back from the mission. It's really cool to see Cyclops front and center working with Storm. Magneto's on the team. It's sort of cool how Magneto gets the attention from the people of Krakoa. I actually bought the Marvel Legend of the White Magneto. He looks so freaking cool. So we got the head honcho of Orchis, this guy, I think his name is Devos or something like that. And the character that I really find interesting and fascinating within Orchis is actually Sentinel Omega Sentinel. She was part of the X-Men. I remember when she first popped up in the Excalibur series. Actually, she popped up previous to that in an X-Men Unlimited story. But I was really interesting why she started to side with the bad guys. What's the deal with this character? See that actually Cyclops and the whole Summers clan and everyone related to the Summers clan actually has a base on the moon. They actually don't live on Krakoa. We have the return of Vulcan. So we have the door opening for so many interesting stories because Vulcan is crazy overpowered. He's really dangerous. And he seems that he's not okay in the head. Like they brought him back from the dead. And Wolverine's living on the base. There's this whole thing because get to see how the display of the rooms about the doors to Jean Grey's room, if Jean Grey is having like a three-way relationship. Remember the internet exploding over that. Outside of that, yes, Hickman wanted to throw something picante, like spicy in there and the whole situation. It's really cool to see this whole situation with the Summers living outside of Krakoa. They're looking from the outside, but really happy with the evolution of Krakoa, of this whole. There's a lot of references to the Krakoan technology, to the portals. Scott actually gives his dad Corsary a flower that's going to become one of those Krakoan gates that they can teleport all over the place. Also, the origin of Orchis' base is so cool because it's actually brought up from an old Hickman story, from the Avengers Hickman era, where Iron Man, Tony Stark and Reed Richards actually were creating this Dyson sphere. And it seems that they sort of left it abandoned, and the guys from Orcus are the ones that took it over. And obviously, in the prior story, here was the Master Mold that the X-Men had destroyed. Get the hint that the guys from Orcus are going to rebuild and create a new Nimrod, who's such a freaking awesome villain. I have a real soft spot for Nimrod from the Claremont days. So I'm going to leave this video here. The next one I'm going to dive into is the Marauder series that also I thought was so freaking cool. So see you guys next time. Bye.